If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that sub button for more amazing content. Now, let's jump straight into the video. What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the Bofina1 podcast, and I am your host, Bofina1, and as you guys can see from this title, we're going to be talking about the virus, the monkeypox, and how it's being given a new name by global health experts. But before we get into this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Let's jump straight into it. So for those who don't know, monkeypox has been like this really big outbreak. It's similar to like chickenpox, but it's worse. Like a lot of times it's in people's faces and it leaves scars, and it spreads via things like really close contact with people for the most part. But let's go into the article. So monkeypox will now be known as Mpox. The World Health Organization (WHO) has announced after complaints over racist and stigmatizing language linked to the virus name. The old term will be used alongside the new one for a year before being phased out. Mpox was decided on after lengthy discussions between experts, countries, and the general public. It can easily be used in English as well as other languages, the WHO said. Human monkeypox was first identified in 1970 and named after the disease caused by the virus was discovered in captive monkeys more than a decade before. Since then, the WHO has introduced advice on naming diseases. What is monkeypox? How do you catch it? It stresses the need to minimize unnecessary negative impact on trade, travel, tourists, or animal welfare, and to avoid causing offense to any cultural, social, national, or ethnic group. During the COVID pandemic, it recommended that variants were referred to using letters of the Greek alphabet because they were non-stigmatizing and easy to pronounce. This year, there has been unusual spread of Mpox virus, a member of the same family of viruses as smallpox, in many countries outside Central and West Africa, where it is often found. In July, the WHO declared a global health emergency because of the worldwide surge in people developing symptoms, including a high fever and skin lesion or rash. And this is kind of what I was saying, that a lot of times that's what people were kind of developing, fever or like some type of rash. And some people, it was like in their face, and they were breaking out really bad. I mean, it was bad, especially like over this summer, I would say, is when you kind of seem like you heard the most about it. So cases of the disease have been declining for several months now, but more than 100 different countries have been affected in 2020, prompting huge demand for vaccine supplies to protect those most at risk. And so we kind of have saw that as well, that a lot of it did kind of spread a lot, and people were getting affected, and we were essentially in a state of an emergency. I don't think we're still in that now, but we definitely were, where people were trying to get, they're trying to get, the monkeypox vaccination. You had the monkeypox, you had COVID, it was just a lot of stuff going on. So the US, Brazil, Spain, France, and the UK have reported the highest total number of Mpox cases this year. Globally, there have been 50 deaths from the virus. Since May, the UK has reported more than 3,500 cases, but a rollout of vaccines to vulnerable groups helped drive down numbers following a peak in July. Most people affected were men who have sex with men. And that was another thing that, was talked about is, who kind of is more so in that category. But I will say for the most part that I do think because, they put out a state of emergency saying that, hey, if we don't get this under wraps now, this is going to become bigger, much bigger than we think it's going to be. And so I think that, because of the actions, like especially in the US that were taken, it didn't spread like COVID. I feel like previously COVID wasn't really looked at as a big deal. And so it kept spreading. No one acted like they cared. And, eventually got to a point where it spread so bad that there wasn't a way to really contain it. There wasn't really a way to stop it. I mean, I think it's gotten better. I wouldn't say that, we're probably out of a pandemic, but I definitely think there's more people that have been vaccinated. I definitely think there's people that have caught it that are also have become more immune, et cetera, which has kind of helped in a sense curve, just the overall spreading of it. So I do think this is good that, this has happened. But I also understand, like, because, monkeypox, I can kind of understand why some people feel like there's a kind of a negative connotation to it. So I do understand why some people say, hey, we need to change that name. It just kind of sounds bad. And, but like I said, also, I feel like nowadays, too, people are way more sensitive, meaning that I feel like any and every little thing offends people. So you have to be so careful with what you say nowadays than you would, let's say, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I just wanted to make this quick little video here. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, comment, and share. Let me know down below. Did you catch monkeypox? Do you know somebody that had monkeypox? What do you think about this change in the name? Is it overkill or is it not really a big deal? So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.